close this. Come on. Okay, Oracle. Terminal SQL Plus SysDBA startup. So whenever you guys are performing your operations, keep open this PDF. So suppose you are multiplexing the control file, keep open this PDF and follow this. That will be very helpful in initial. Once you will be comfortable with doing those operations, you need not to refer the PDF. Because when you will be DBA at any organization and system having problem, you won't say that wait, let me open the PDF first. Okay, so database is open. To see how many table space have in my database, we have one data dictionary that called $v table space. Sorry, describe $v table space. Now we can select name from $v table space. So we can see we have 7 rows selected, means we have 7 table space. One is sysox system _tbs1 users temp block C lobts. So here is the system table space which we were reading, and apart from this system table space, all table space are non-system table spaces. So I have 7 table space. Now I want to create one more table space. So what would be command? Create table space name. Let's see, put it Osman. Create table space Osman. Otherwise, if you want to put HR data or finance data, so put HR, so that you can know this table space would be containing the HR data. Create table space HR, then data file and path of the data file /u01 app Oracle, and put it here data or HR data 01 .dbf and size suppose 100 MB 100 M, and that's it.
Equal to sign missing, sir.
Where?
After size.
Sorry?
Sir, after size.
Size. After size.
See the PDF. there is no equal to sign you have to write.
Yeah, sir. Got it.
Okay. So table space created. So what does it mean? We have one table space created which name is HR, and it have one data file which is at this location. So let's go to this location and see whether it has created any file here or not. Copy, open another terminal and go to cd this lsltr. So you can see you have one physical data file here, hrdata01.dbf, and if you will see the size of this duh, it's 11 MB. You put it 10 MB, but it depending upon the block size, so it became of 11 MB. So what does it mean? Your data file size is 10 MB, means your HR table space size is 10 MB. So suppose if you want to increase the size of your data file, you can increase it. If you want to add one more data file, you can do it. We will see it into the next slides. This one, okay. So by this command we can create a data file. Whenever you are creating the data file, make sure you are giving the right path. If you will be putting the wrong path, it won't be able to create. And Ashish, it's for you, it's Windows, right? So you have to specify the path of any Windows, like instead of /u01, you have to specify C://, or if you are putting a D, so D:// and all this. Only this will be different and rest will be the same.
Okay, sir.
You create a table space with create table space command, create table space name. Data file clause used for the data file, and there are lots of clause like minimum extent, block size, logging, no logging, storage clause, online or offline. Rest you will be able to know when you will be gradually will be coming. But for few things I will just explain. Data file, you have to specify the data file. Minimum extent, you have to specify how many minimum extents it should be allocated at the creation of the time. Block size, suppose if you want to create any table space which are not having by default block size. By default block size means the DB block size parameter you have set at the database level. So you can do that by using this command, by adding this. Suppose you don't want to put any logging into your data file. Logging means like you don't want to generate the log for that. So you can put in no logging. By default it becomes in logging. Suppose you don't want allow any user to use that data file, so put the offline mode. The moment you will put offline at the last of your syntax of the create table space, that table space will be in offline mode, so no one can use it. So by default it's created permanent. If you want to create any temporary table space, you can specify temporary. So all these are the little higher thing, but right now just focus on creating a data file with minimum value. The moment you will be able to create with minimum value, then gradually you will be able to understand all those things. This is the way by using OEM, it's Oracle 9i, but we don't use that. Space management in table space. Okay, before proceeding further, we should know what is extents, what is blocks, and what is segments. I think I have a chapter in this. Hold a second. Storage structure, database blocks. Yep, 9. Chapter 9. That will come just next to this. So let's finish this first. Seven. There are two type of table space which we see by nature. It's system and another is non-system. The method of organizing the table space, we have two kind of table space. One is locally managed table space and one is dictionary managed table space. Right now just try to understand that locally managed table space means the table space managed by himself to manage the space inside that. But in dictionary managed table space, Oracle data dictionary are used to manage the space inside the table space. That's the basic difference between both. If you are using dictionary managed table space, the burden on your database would be higher. That's why whenever you will be creating the non-system table space, those are locally managed by default, so that it won't put burden on your database. So most of the table spaces are locally managed table space. Only the system table space generally happens with the dictionary managed table space. It's just the way to manage those table spaces. If it's managing by Oracle, it's dictionary managed. If it's managing locally by that table space, that's local managed table space. So you can see here, create table space name, data file. This is the data file, size 500 M. Now extent management local uniform size 128K. What does it mean? Extent management local means inside the table space, extent would be managing locally. That's why this is local managed table space. But in case of dictionary managed table space, your syntax would be create table space, user data means this is the table space name, data file, this is the data file, size 500 M, and extent management dictionary here. So in this case, this table space would be managing by Oracle dictionary, not by locally. Migrating a dictionary managed system table space. So suppose you created that table space managing by dictionary. So later on, if you want to change it into the local, you can use this dbms underscore space admin table space migration to local and put the table space name, so that this table space would be converted into the locally managed. So you can convert it in later as well. Undo table space. Undo table space is something different in nature. So you have to write create undo table space. This would be the syntax, and table space name. Rest thing is the same. Just the difference between the normal table space, normal means permanent table space, and undo table space, that if you are not specifying anything here, if you are writing create table space, it will be a permanent table space. But if you are specifying undo here, it would be undo table space, and rest would be the same, data file, size. So next question would be coming, what is difference between undo table space and permanent table space? As you know, whenever you will be performing any update command, so how it works, suppose this is your block and it have any value, suppose salary equal to 100, and you are performing update salary equal to 400, right? So this salary will be updated with 400, right? But the moment this value will go here, this old value means salary equal to 100 will be picked from here and will be kept at undo table space. That's what it called, undo. And this new value will populate here. So what's the purpose of this? Just to keep the old records. So suppose in case your transaction will be failed, you can roll it back. For that purpose, undo table space is being used. That's the difference between normal table space. So in this case, this is your normal table space and this is your undo table space, where old values of the update things are stored. So if you have to create undo table space, you have to mention create undo table space, undo one data file, this. Now temporary table space. So till now we completed permanent table space, undo table space. Now we have temporary table space. Generally, temporary table space are used to store the sort operations. Sort operations means whenever you are performing select star from tab order by clause. So what order by clause will do? It will be sorting somewhere, right? It will be getting data from the blocks, but it will be sorting somewhere. So the place it will be sorting, that is called temporary table space. So if your query have any kind of sorting operations, you have to specify temporary table space. And to create the temporary table space, again command would be almost same, just the only difference is you have to specify temporary. Create temporary table space temp, and instead of data file you have to use temp file, and temp file location, size, and extent management if you want to give, otherwise it will take by default local. So these are the three type of table space creation which you would have to perform in day-to-day life when you will be as a DBA. Any question on it? Anyone have any doubt, any question on it? No?
So basically, the three are temporary. The one we use, the table space, just table space. That's the permanent one by default.
Right.
And then when you specify temporary, of course, that's just temporary, and then undo. So
right.
Those are the only three we'll be working with.
So, yeah, go ahead. So now make a practice of creating these three type of table space into your database, and how to query that. Do select name from $v table space. First create a table space name called finance. Another one is undo finance, and another one is temp finance. And then query your database whether your table space has been created or not, and all these data file are on physically at mount point or not. So you will be able to perform, or should I show you one more time?
I think we should be good.
Yeah. So try to do it. If not, we will do it tomorrow.
Sounds good.
But try to do it by yourself. You have the PDF. This is the chapter 8. And it's starting at page number 241. Chapter 8, page number 241. Read about it into the PDF. It have few more information as well. So refer it, try to create those, and let's discuss tomorrow again. Let me ping this to everyone. Okay, so try to do it, and if something will happen, we will see it by tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be able to fix all those stuffs which is still pending. Osman, your control file is still in doubt. Pankaj, your control file is still in doubt. So fix it today and show me tomorrow, okay?
Okay, after you're done, I just have a quick question with my SP file.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I have an SP file, but my database keeps opening with just the P file for some reason, even though there is a SP file there.
Show me your screen.
Okay. So show parameter SP file, and then there's a location of the P file here.
This is the location of SP file. Yep. Okay.
P file.
You are getting confused, Osman. Now this is SP file.
Oh yes. So okay. Usually, if it was empty, that means that it was using the SP file, right?
No. If it's empty, then it means it's using P file.
P file. Okay.
Yeah. So you can see like show parameter SP file. The name you are seeing SP file. So what the value of SP file is?
Yeah,
This
it's coming up.
means it's the SP file, right? And
Yeah.
if the value of this SP file is nothing, means it's not using SP file. If it's not
Right,
using
right.
SP file, then it's using P file.
Right. Okay, I gotcha.
Clear?
Yep. Thanks.
Okay, so now try to multiplex your control file. Then we will see tomorrow.
Okay.
Anyone have any more question? Ashish, Pankaj?